over the years, we've made lots of covers for footballers especially, who seem to have a lot of supercars. But we've also done them for people like Edwin Starr, Nigel Havers, Ron Keaton, Jackie Stewart, Rod Stewart. So interesting people, interesting covers. Or I went to do a job for Rodney McDowell, the actor, up on Kensington High Street. I remember it well, knocking on his door, and he'd taken him out to his garage round the back where he had an old Elvis TE21, I think it was, but it'd been a special, so it was a new pattern to do for that. So that was a nice meeting somebody famous. One of my more interesting trips was, all I knew, I was working for a particular company. I can't remember the company's name, to be fact. Literally, the office said, can you go down? It's a special Ferrari, blah, blah, blah. So I'd gone down into the depths of Surrey somewhere. I can't just remember where it was. I remember finding it and going down the long drive to a house. And when as I approached the house, the most unusual thing was a huge Indian totem pole stuck in the middle front of the house, and which went up for about 30 foot at least. Proper Indian totem pole. That different, but you know, whatever turns you on. And I promptly went to the door, knocked on the door, and who should open the door but Eric Clapton. Oh, you're Eric, are you Douglas Long? I said, yeah. Eric Clapton. Hello, hi, come on in. Yeah. Do you want a coffee? Yeah, excellent. Went in the kitchen, had a coffee, nattering to me. I was fascinated to see in his kitchen on his wall, you know, when you think of somebody like Eric Clapton, I couldn't believe that he'd have a wall full of photographs of him, you know, shaking hands with Princess Margaret, all the, you know, George Harrison there, Pattie Boyd, all the people that he knew. He had a wall full of photos, which was fascinating. So I promptly went into his garage, did the pattern, finished the pattern. I said, I finished. He said, do you want another coffee? I said, I'd love one. So one of the more interesting things, he said, I said, well, can I use your loo? As you do. And he said, yeah, fine, go down the corridor on the left there. So I promptly went down. And I'm in the loo. And what was strange about the loo, I could see what somebody had been taking off postcards off the wall. The whole wall was covered in postcards. And all the postcards, there was a box full of them, and I picked one up when I was just reading and having a look at them, and, you know, miss you. And they were all signed EL. I don't know to this day what that meant, but this was in Eric Clapton's downstairs toilet, and, you know, they were obviously taking him off and put him in a box. Why, I don't know, but obviously. So that was another interesting visit. Another celebrity, which was interesting, once again in the south, was meeting Penelope Keith and her husband then, and they were very nice people, really friendly people. And I can't remember the car, to be honest with you, what we were doing. It was something unusual. But they invited me. In fact, I think I had dinner with them that night while I was down there. And her husband was very much into Ferraris. And I was telling him about a very 246 Dino, a yellow 246 Dino, which has got the Cavallino wheel arches, which was, I knew where the car was. And he said he was very interested in buying that. So we had a lot to talk about, and in the end, I got him and the car together, and he bought the car. So we had the yellow Dino. Another interesting trip, once again in London, was working for PWL, which was Pete Waterman, Scott Aiken and Waterman. They'd asked me, they had I don't know which model, it was a Formula 3 or something like that in the reception of PWL. And I went down, met Pete Waterman, a lovely man, and I told him what I had to do. No problem, Douglas, do you want a coffee? I said, fine. I did finish the pattern and design, and he said I'd heard he was interested in trains, and I said, I understand you're a big train fan. He said, I love it. Do you like it? I said, I love it. He said, come on with me. So he promptly took me upstairs to a room where he'd got this incredible train set out, which was fascinating to look at. But of course it was great being at the studios where you think of the likes of Kylie Minogue and Jason Donovan had been there, were doing at those times, the early days, recording their songs. So, and what was also interesting was I received from him a signed photo of Pete Waterman, Scott Aiken, whatever they are. Anyway, the PWL signed photo, and I've still got it to this day. And it said, "You've got it covered. I hope we have." Signed Pete. So it was nice. We've had quite a lot of celebrity things and endorsements as well, where they've said, been very pleased with our product. And it's nice that, it gives you a buzz, and it gives even more of a buzz to your workforce. Always try to get them involved wherever possible, show them these, or show them any compliments. It's got to go back down to the shop floor because it's important for people to understand. Everybody likes praise, and that's important.